Twitter Review Timers here. Here's my throwback segment where I talk about the films that turns 10 and 20 this week. Alright, the films that are turning 10, we got some not so great ones. Starting out with Battle LA. Now, of course, this is the film about, or of course, this is the film about aliens, who are invading and destroying Los Angeles here. You got Aaron Eckhart, who plays Marine Sergeant, Staff Sergeant Ness, who is about to retire, but he is reassigned to a new platoon, and the platoon is flown by these choppers to forward operating base at Santa Monica Airport. That is being led by this new second lieutenant named Martinez, played by Raymond Rodriguez. I mean, sad to say, Battle LA was not so good. It was actually directed by the same guy who directed the reboot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back in 2014. But sad to say, this movie was not so great at all. I mean, it had a really good cast too. Like you had, Aaron Eckhart, Michelle Rodriguez, Michael Pena, Neo, Corey Hardwick, Mickey Milkovich himself. Noel Fisher was in this, and the trailers actually looked pretty good. But sad to say, this movie was abysmal. It did not make much sense. I remember watching this one in theaters. I'm like, what the heck am I watching? And they even tried to set it up for a sequel. I mean, Battle New York, I'm guessing. But, yeah, this movie just did not do so well. So, yeah. Alright. Also turning 10, we've got the film Red Riding Hood, which, of course, yes, is it's pretty much like the dark take of the classic Red Riding Hood story. This starring Amanda Seyfried, who plays young Valerie, who feels torn between these two men. She ends up loving Pierre, but her parents intend that she marries the wealthy guy named Henry. And so, of course, Valerie and Pierre are going on around together, but her sister is killed by this werewolf. And so, like, before they can put their plan aside, the villagers are called on the help of Father Solomon, played by Gary Oldman, who, of course, Gary Oldman and Amanda Seyfried are both in that new film Make. So, pretty cool that they actually started something beforehand. But anyway, and so like Valerie, of course, suspects that the werewolf is pretty much the one that she is in love with. This pretty much is directed by Catherine Hardwick, who is no stranger for the werewolf genre because of Twilight. So I mean, this is, I guess say this is like you know this is a bit like Twilight, just with werewolves instead of vampires. But sad to say, this was not so good at all. They were trying to make this thing scary. It was not even all that scary. I like Amanda Seyfried, but even she couldn't say this well. The two male leads was of course played by Max Irons, who's of course the son of Jeremy Irons, and Charlotte Fernandez, who of course appeared in the reboot of Evil Dead. But sad to say, the acting in this was not so good. I mean, thankfully, Amanda Seyfried and Gary Oldman ended up reteaming in something better, which was of course Meg. So, yeah. All right. Last but not least, turning 10, we got Mars Needs Mom, which did not really get great reviews, but Mars Needs Mom is not so bad as most people may actually. In it, it's about this young kid named Milo who gains a deeper appreciation for his mom after Marsh has come to Earth to take her away so they can have a mother up there. The voice cast, of course, includes the likes of Seth Green, Joan Cusack, Dan Foger. The reviews for this was abysmal, but it's not as bad as most people make out to be. It is really cute. It is charming. The animation was pretty cool. It is from Disney, so there's that too. I mean, it's definitely not as bad as most people make out to be. I mean, it's a great film, maybe not, but it's harmless. I mean, it's better than other anime films such as like the Emoji Movie. That's for damn sure. But yeah, so if you guys haven't really seen Marzi's Mom, you can actually find it on Disney Plus. Give it a shot. I remember watching all three of these films in theaters. I saw Battle LA in theaters, Red Riding Hood, and Marzi's Mom for that week. So interesting time. Like, and who would know that I'll actually enjoy this anime film over the last year. All right, the film's turning 20. We got the film 15 minutes. Now, here's what it's about. At the center of 15 minutes is a New York City double murder that must be solved But the fast paced story isn't so much about figuring out the truth of the murder as following who controls that truth. Now, this is pretty much like a murder based film. Now, this also stars Rob De Niro and Nora is in this. Now, 15 minutes is much better than High Intentions being. It's such a really fun thrill ride. This movie will keep you guessing from beginning to end. And and I accidentally said Ed Norris. I meant to say Ed Burns. I believe De Niro and Ed Norris actually worked together in that movie, The Squad. A little mess up there, but anyway. Now this also features Kelsey Grammer. It was directed by John Herzfeld, who does direct some other stuff like True Day in the Valley, True of a Kind, Life of Bobby Z. But this is probably his better work. It's so fun. It's entertaining. I mean, of course, De Niro's character is of course, he is trying to find the murders in 15 minutes. So there's that. But this is definitely a really cool, fun, cat and mouse based film. So definitely go check out 15 minutes if you guys haven't seen that. All right, last but not least, 2020, we got Get Over It. Now, this film is loosely based on the Midsummer Night's Dream, and the story centers on Burt Landers, who is this high school student who is down on his luck. But after losing his girlfriend, he resolves to get her back by any means possible, including and that means quitting his beloved basketball team and auditioning for the school play here to get his ex back. Get Over It is actually not so bad. It is a bit of a cute and charming based film. It has a really solid cast here. You had the likes of Kristen Dunst, Ben Foster, Mil Kunis, Shane West, Colin Hanks, Martin Short, Zoe Saldana. You had Cisco, Sweetie Kurtz, Ed Begley Jr., Carmen Electra. Coolio was even in this. It was directed by Tommy O'Haver. It's not really a great film, but it's more of a guilty pleasure of mine. Kristen Dunst and Ben Foster were both really solid in this film. It's definitely a really cute, definitely a cute film worth checking out. So if you guys haven't really seen Get Over It, it's actually on Hulu. Give that one shot. And you can enjoy it. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me leave you guys. Which of these films stand out to you the most? The 10-year one, I'm probably gonna say Marzi Mom. That is probably the better film out of that list, but yet again, that's not the same much. But the 20-year one, I'm probably gonna say 15 minutes. Anyway, drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. This is Simu sign off.